Do you have a napkin?
No way you just asked me for a napkin.
Well, this is a new sweater, and it's really soft.
What is that on your shirt?
It's not just a shirt. It's Egyptian cashmere.
It's a crumb.
No way. Where?
On your sleeve, right there.
Oh, that's just dandruff.
Is dandruff really the best you can come up with? Somehow better than admitting you ate my sandwich?
I ate a sandwich.
A sandwich with my name on it.
Your name isn't Yiba.
No, it's Abby. It's Yiba spelled backwards.
Oh.
After all this time.
I never meant to.
I trusted you. You know me. You know I love my Mediterranean veggies.
I do know, I swear. If I would have known it was your sandwich, do you really think I would have eaten it?
Yes I do.
Abby, no.
Cut.
You can't say cut. It's not in the script.
I quit.
Take intro. Welcome to the last episode of Whack Attack. I'm your host, Scotty Smith, and today, it's not really going to be a wacky day, but I think it'll be a fun day. I'm going to play you some songs on this thing, right here, this keyboard. So, play some songs. Yeah. I'll even make a song for the last episode, so let's see what happens and let's do this. Alrighty, so for this, for the keyboard, what I like to do on my free time if I play music is go on like styles. It plays like different styles of drum beats and stuff. You can hit the tempo tab button, 4 clicks, and increase the tempo that way, or just click on it and raise the tempo with the plus and minus button. There's a button over here where you can turn on like chords and stuff. So way at the bottom over here, there's like a set number of keys that you can press to make like a background thing. Something like that. So I like to do in my free time, and maybe have a little rap session over the top of it. Most likely not, because I'm not very good at rapping, but that's what I like to do. So I like to play around with that stuff and make some songs. Bam! it's time to write the song for the thing. So we're gonna. Last episode is right now. Get rid of that frown and raise that brow. But because this may be the end, but next season is about to begin. After spring break, there'll be new faces while we go to new places. We will still be in the school, but there'll be new faces to get used to. I did Whack Attack, that was whack, but I'm so glad that I got to be back. Every week there was a new episode you tune in to see, and you never know what was next. Woke Wisconsin, they'd tell us what was happening with the crazy laws in the community. They brought something new, a new opportunity to learn. Same as Flavor Exchanger. Boy, didn't Will have something to say here. It was great to have a new recommendation. He would give the band a new reputation. Cup of Joe would show what Joe was doing, help understand how things were going. With an unbiased representation, it was a good source of information. The Handy Minute was up next. Ellie would show stuff and put it to the test, where there's dishes, floors, and the doors. You knew the things to buy at the stores. Last but not least, it was Behind Bars. It was Zale and Damon showing what the stars were doing during the pandemic to help us understand the academics these rappers were trying to provide the music so the fans they knew didn't hide. Thank you for watching this episode. There is nothing that I owe. I'm going to sign off and leave you with this rhyme. Continue to watch and have a good time.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Abby. Melissa, I can't believe you ate my sandwich. Like, dude, seriously?
No, I'm your host, Melissa. Abby, I really don't know what you want me to say. Do you want me to throw it up and give it back to you?
No, but an apology would be nice.
The House's $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill passed in the Senate on Saturday. It was sent back to the House for a review and revisal of the changes.
You know what, Melissa?
What's that, Abby?
You know, I did have a Wisconsin fact memorized for this bit, but I forgot it.
It's probably just cold. I guess now's a good time to cut to Woke Wisconsin, I guess.
Today is a very sad day. Today marks the last episode of Woke Wisconsin.
Yes, very sad, but it has been very fun,
Very.
and we've appreciated everybody who's been on this journey with us and who has watched along the way.
And enjoyed our stupidity.
Yeah, because we have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Today, that brings up our point that today we are going to be ending with a different type of episode.
Yes.
We are going to show you our best moments off camera.
Yes.
If you thought we were funny on camera, can you imagine what we're like off camera?
Whew, that was a mouthful.
Sure was, Melissa.
This is gonna be so hard to edit.
This is gonna be so funny to edit, though, I feel like.
Okay. Yeah. High School Musical up in this bitch. First things first. Did you know that squirrels can find food buried beneath a bit?
While no definitions for these terms are provided, they do define 18 terms for flavor characteristics. Why are you laughing? I'm gonna start over again. Why are you laughing? Oh, whoopsies.
No. Beep beep boop boop. Ow ow.
What is that again?
Pudgy?
Who?
Pudgy?
Asked.
From Tik. Now you're gonna get it.
Get what?
Can I get an ow ow? Ow ow!
Oh my gosh.
So that must be why my neighbor Karen called animal control when my neighbor,
Oh my god, this is such a mess.
when my brother.
Melissa! I only have so much time.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, take a deep breath. Melissa, take a deep breath.
Okay.
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 Take a deep breath.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the other day I went
That's
on a road
really
trip.
fucking
I'm just really out.
Me too. So bad.
Do I know that song?
Let me find my YouTube. I'm so unorganized. I literally don't know where my apps are. With my purple socks and my Birkenstocks that I'm wearing when it's 20 degrees.
Talking about.
You know how like hens on like a farm like wake people up? This time like I'm stuck. We gotta do that again. This time we're keeping
Dealer, I want to kind of just jump off a bridge.
Oh, shit. Wow. It's probably under there.
Huh?
Probably under there.
Under. Oh, you trying to get me to say underwear?
Again, thank you guys so much for all of your support and watching us along the way. We really do appreciate it. We had tons of fun. Stay tuned for next semester when they run, I don't know what number it is, but it's been going on for 11 years, so it'll be on next semester, so watch for that. Exactly what she said.
I still kind of wish you threw up.
I kind of threw up in my mouth when I saw you, not gonna lie.
There you go again, always attacking me.
I just call it how I see it.
You're the one who ate my sandwich. Why are you attacking me?
Well, if you would have put your name on it,
My name was on
your
it.
name doesn't start with a Y.
You know what also doesn't start with a Y?
No, what's that, Abby?
William.
Who's William?
Why, he's the resident mask-making juggalo, of course.
Hello, TC Weekly Pandemically Speaking viewers. It's your resident mask-making juggalo, Will here. Today I'm bringing you an all-new episode of Flavor Exchanger, the show where my friends and family give me an album that I definitely haven't heard of before, I listen to it, and then I tell you what I think. This week's episode is brought to me by my lovely girlfriend, Callie, and it brings Masterpiece Theater by Mariana's Trench. This album was recorded from 2008 to 2009, and it was released in Canada in 2009, but then released over a year later in 2010 in the US under producers Dave Genn, Greg Norrie, Dave Ogilvy, Rain Maida, and Josh Ramsey.
Hey, I'm Josh from Mariana's Trench, and I'd just like to say you're welcome for our new album, Masterpiece Theater.
What's with the camera?
Oh, Mom, I told you, we're doing the thing!
The album is listed under the genres of pop punk and symphonic rock, holding it in at 14 tracks with a total runtime of 51 minutes and 37 seconds. The top 5 notable tracks to me, just in playing order, were track 2, All to Myself, track 3, Cross My Heart, track 9, Celebrity Status, track 10, Perfect, and track 12, Masterpiece Theater 3. The song that did it for me the most was definitely Masterpiece Theater 3, which is really interesting because it is a blend of 5 different songs on the album, like including the singles. And it's just put together in a really dynamic way, and I love how it just flows and became its own song while being mixed of other songs. And it reminds me of a compilation song that my favorite band, Mushroom, had made at the end of their self-titled album just called Compilation. And I decided to leave this album for the last slot for a couple reasons. One of which being, Callie and I have been dating for almost 6 years, so at this point we've both heard just about everything each of us likes. And it was really hard for her to find just one definitive thing for me to listen to. But also because Callie is the sole reason this show exists. When her and I first started dating to get to know each other because we had such drastically different tastes, her and I would take turns sending each other music videos and songs, and then tell each other what we thought of them afterwards. And it just went back and forth, and we ended up growing an understanding between each other's tastes. And to get sappy here for a minute, honestly, without having Callie around, I don't know what I'd be doing. I might not have joined the DMT program. I might not be doing what I'm doing with Wisconsin Mask Collector and running my brand. So I'd like to extend a massive thank you to Callie for inspiring me with everything and being my biggest supporter next to my mom. This is unfortunately the final episode here for TC Weekly, but I have started a solo YouTube channel for the continuation of the show. So to spitball it up here, while I still have my soapbox and a little bit of a platform, I'd like to shout out some of my closest friends. I'd like you to check out Perfect Ugly on Instagram. I'd like you to check out the 404 Club on all platforms. The podcast is available and including video on YouTube. Check out ghosty.russ on Instagram. He's the one who helped create the logo beside me for the show, and he also does a ton of other great designs. He's also a mask collector just like me. Also, check out the House of Masks on YouTube and Instagram. Without AJ being in the hobby, I definitely wouldn't have gone as far as I have today without it. And he just hit over 100,000 subscribers a little bit ago, and that's a massive accomplishment in the community. And I'd also just like to extend a huge thank you to all my loyal followers, my girlfriend, my parents, and everyone else who's watched the show alongside and encouraged me. And also, just to finish it off, that concludes this week's episode of Flavor Exchanger. If you like what you saw and you'd like to check out my other art shenanigans, check out at Wisconsin_mask_collector on Instagram and just Wisconsin Mask Collector on Facebook. And if you'd like to keep watching the show, check out the YouTube channel just under Flavor Exchanger. Thank you all. Have a good night. I love you.
You know, I didn't have time to get my coffee this morning, so I'd really just appreciate an apology from you.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry I ate your sandwich.
Thanks, I appreciate it, but that still doesn't solve my problem.
Maybe this cup of Joe will suffice.
For the past 6 weeks, all we've been talking about is the Biden administration's plans for the future. But what about our newly appointed president's past? Joe grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. His father struggled to find a steady job after a series of business setbacks. When he was 10 years old, his family moved to Wilmington, Delaware after his father got a job selling cars. The Bidens were broke. Joe, 2 of his brothers, and his uncle shared a single bedroom. Biden had a debilitating stutter. His classmates called him Dash. As innocent as it seems, it was actually an allusion to Morse code. He combated this by playing out conversations in his head. He even practiced speaking while holding pebbles in his mouth. During his junior and senior years of high school, Joe was elected class president. However, the position was rescinded by the school when it was found that he had too many demerits to be considered. When Joe got to college, he sprayed his dorm director with a fire extinguisher as a lighthearted prank. Unfortunately, the school didn't find the prank very funny and he was put on probation for his actions. On his second date with his first wife, Neela Hunter, he didn't have enough money to pay for the check and she slipped him a 20 under the table. The day he met Neela's mother, she asked him what he wanted to do for a living. He told her he intended to become the President of the United States. In 1972, at 29 years old, Biden became the 5th youngest person to ever be elected to the U.S. Senate. And on December 20th, 1972, while headed home from picking out a Christmas tree, his family's station wagon was struck by a tractor. His wife, Neela, and his 13-month-old daughter, Naomi, died in the accident. His sons, Bo and Hunter, were hospitalized. On January 5th, 1973, in his son Bo's hospital room, Biden was sworn in as senator. He won re-election in Delaware 5 times. In 1978, 1984, 1990, 1996, and in 2002. In 1987, Biden entered and quickly dropped out of the presidential race due to release of reports citing plagiarism and false claims about his academic record. He considered running again in 2016, but Obama convinced him not to. In February of 1988, Biden went under the knife to repair an aneurysm in an artery that supplies blood to the brain. While some of us are getting notifications from Snapchat, Biden's getting notifications from Car and Driver magazine. And on January 20th, 2021, at 78 years old,
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
It did not.
You just gotta watch and absorb the good vibes.
No vibes are good if you're around. 911, I'm being verbally abused.
I think it's time we cut.
Welcome back to a Handy Minute Doodle edition. On today's segment, we're going to talk about how not to be a cast member of Dumb Ways to Die because you followed a social media site's advice. So if you've ever gone to your cabinet under the sink or wherever you keep your cleaning supplies and you find out that you do not have the right kind of cleaner, you may or may not have gone to a very popular social media site and been like, maybe I can just make my own. Don't do that, okay? So before telling you what does work for all-purpose cleaner, let's talk about things that you should not mix together. First and foremost, ammonia and bleach. It will end in respiratory damage and throat burns. Ooh, 2 out of 10 for that one. Next up, we have vinegar and bleach, which makes a toxic chlorine that causes chemical burns to eyes and lungs. 3 out of 10 for that one. Toilet cleaner and bleach makes acid, causes breathing issues. I think we're starting to see a pattern here, because Lysol and bleach also makes toxic compounds. Who would have guessed? Dish detergent, which tends to have ammonia in it, and bleach also makes toxic gas, and glass cleaner and bleach makes a chloramine vapor. Oof. 5 out of 10 for that one, though. And now that we've discussed that you should probably not use bleach with other cleaning elements, things that you can do to make an all-purpose cleaner is equal parts vinegar and water in a spray bottle. If you want it scented, you can add things like lemon rinds or your favorite essential oils. Or if you want a nice cleaner that also acts as a deodorizer, take 4 tablespoons of baking soda and a quart of warm H2O. Most people often recommend that you use vinegar and baking soda together because they are great household cleaners. They actually break each other down and you won't get as good of an effect as using them separately. Thank you so much for tuning in to this last segment of A Handy Minute. Please do not find yourself featured on Dumb Ways to Die because you followed social media's advice. And now, back to our hosts.
Wow, we're doing a really bad job introing these shows.
I agree. I guess pre-planning is an important part of project management.
You know what else is important?
What's that, Abby?
Supporting our local businesses. Well, in this case, rappers.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Damien and Zale's show Behind Bars is next.
With a surprise local twist.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to take a look at Wisconsin rappers that did the right thing during the pandemic. Let's jump right in.
Our first artist will be Skits Craven. He continues to post music during the pandemic, staying engaged with his fans. Most of an artist's relationship is engaging with fans, not fans engaging with you, but they go hand in hand.
The next artist would be Cuckoo Cal. For nearly 2 decades, Milwaukee's rap was defined by a one-hit wonder. With its store brand soda spin on the southern rap of the day, Cuckoo Cal's My Projects sprinted up the charts in 2001, delivering Milwaukee its first and only #1 rap single. However, Cal's 15 minutes of fame was even shorter-lived than most, and his success had no halo effect, while Chicago's rap scene, just 90 miles to the south, continued to spawn new stars and new innovations. Milwaukee's rap languished in obscurity, searching for both an audience and an identity. These days, it finally has both. Another artist on the list would be Little Chicken. Little Chicken scored his biggest hits this year with Fast Cash Babies, racking up more than 2.5 million streams on YouTube, even without a music video. A first for the city. That success didn't come out of nowhere. With his lackadaisical flow, impish punchlines, and wacky, wavy, inflatable arms guy dance moves, he's been one of Milwaukee's rap's biggest stars for several years. A natural entertainer who isn't shy about playing to the camera. His videos with the director T. Glazed It have been widely imitated by artists all over the city.
A few more artists on the list would be Baby Trey, MT Twins, Kimani, and lastly, Maury Boy Mulamar.
Most of these artists are located in Milwaukee. Some of them are from Madison.
The most successful artists from Wisconsin would be K-Camp and Brother Ali. His first music project, Rites of Passage, came out in 2000.
The other rapper is K-Camp.
K-Camp has hit singles such as What's on Your Mind, Comfortable, and Money Baby. That was all for this episode of Behind Bars. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
As our series comes to an end, apparently so does the world.
The CDC published a poster.
But in all fairness, so did a station in Florida. So how much can we really trust it?
True. Well, I guess that just about sums up our final episode of Pandemically Speaking.
How appropriate to end the show talking about a zombie apocalypse.
Right? Anyways, I'm your host, Abby.
No, I'm your host, Melissa. And I'm still Scott. Thanks for watching our last episode of Pandemically Speaking.